Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. How's everybody doing? Today, we are playing Burgosaur 2, The Smoking Mirror. And wow, the moment I opened up this game, I suddenly remembered like the first game and I played that last year. Like such a wave of nostalgia, even though it was like a year ago. We lower it just a little bit more. I think this should be right. Yeah, honestly, I'm excited to see how this story goes and what the puzzles will be. So let's start straight away. Hang on. Wait. Oh, why was it not? Okay. That's weird. Why is it not? Is it maybe the full screen? That's what it is. Hang on. Do I maybe have to do it back in the augmented like I wanted to try before? It's not registering. It's correct one, please. Maybe resize it a little bit. There we go. Okay. Let's try it again. Will behave? We'll take it. So loud. Hold on. Why is it so loud? Also, the intro is different. God, that's so fucking loud. I'm so sorry. Okay. Fire. George Stowart in the chair. Giant spider. Okay. Audio. Do I really have to turn it down so much? Damn. Okay, let me check. Bookcase.
I glanced over the books, vaguely hoping to find a copy of How to Deal with Poisonous Spiders While Tied to a Chair. No such luck. But I noticed one corner of the bookcase was supported by a loose block of wood.
Oh, okay.
Bouvier's book collection was exclusively devoted to South and Central American studies.
Okay,
The bookcase was too big and heavy to move.
okay, but can I not, like... Oh, there we go.
Maybe I'd been a little heavy-handed, but it was a question of survival. Of course, I was still tied to a chair in a burning house with no means of escape.
Wait, metal brackets? Come on, George.
With one mighty bound, our hero was free. Now, I had to deal with that fire.
Okay, back. Let's grab that real quick.
It was a stylish little canvas number containing a lipstick, a handwritten note, and a pair of nylon panties with a large love heart emblazoned across the front. It occurred to me that Nico's tastes must have really changed while I was away.
Oh, this is Niku's back?
Well, they could be useful.
You think the hard pattern panties are okay? We got the hard pattern panties. Okay.
I guess I had no business reading the note, but I figured it might give me a clue to what Nico was involved in. It was from Andre Lobineau, the history student Nico had known at college. The letter was sent
Isn't
in
it the
the
guy from the
post
last
and
game?
revealed that the exotic lingerie, as he called it, was a gift from him. It gave his telephone number. Lobineau figured himself as a rival for Nico's affections, but I couldn't believe that that creep was in the running.
Okay. What's this over here?
I wasn't going to touch the box after that spider had been inside it.
Oh, the spy was in that box? Wow.
There was no pressure in the siphon. I guess it was out of gas.
Oh, the gas? Damn. The solar cycle's out of gas. Where will I find a recharge? Okay. Um... Can we reach the cabinets? You're very
The
close to the
cabinet was
fire.
locked.
Okay, oh, the darts?
That dart was sharper than a mosquito's business end. But this didn't deter me from getting it anyway.
Okay. The writing bureau.
Inside, I found a bottle of tequila.
Oh.
Normally, I didn't drink strong spirits, but today was far from normal. Ew.
Oh, and
Disgusting.
why don't you drink it? Just take
Not
it.
only did the tequila burn like hell,
Oh, whoops.
in the drawer was a small decorated pot.
Okay. Photograph?
Nice couple.
Okay, is there anything else over here? Oh, a rope.
The rope was shredded and no possible use to me.
Oh, darn. Chair, squash spider.
I wasn't touching that spider goo.
Not the goo. Okay, oh, worm.
There was something short, fleshy, and gross on the carpet. It was the worm from the bottle of tequila.
Ooh. Okay, you need something to refill this.
There was no pressure.
Okay. Some more over here.
The door blocked my only means of escape.
Are the windows of no use?
I wasn't going to get through those sturdy bars.
Okay. Oh,
The pot contained a key.
oh,
It looked like a house key.
okay. Something. It was.
The cabinet. The key was way too large to fit into that tiny keyhole.
That's what she said. Got a big key.
There was nothing else in the drawer. It was a half bottle of tequila. I
Right?
had no time to sit around.
Right.
The projecting bracket had served its purpose. There was nothing else I could do with it.
Oh, check the bookcase.
The bookcase had fallen on its front, making it impossible to reach the books inside.
Okay. Yeah. So 6 months later, here I am back in Paris. Got a meeting lined up with Nico. She wants me to go meet some archaeologists with her. A guy named Professor Ubier. I don't know what it's all about. Something to do with carvings on a Mayan stone. Truth is, it'll be great to see Nico again, whatever the reason. Yeah, got the hots for her. Cool. Is there like a hint? Refill gas cylinder may well be stored nearby. I was thinking that, but it. I open the cabinet. I try with the key. Can I use like the dart? Maybe. Yeah, like pickpocket it. Oh, that works.
As I released the lock, something blew the doors open.
Cylinder.
That cylinder was hot. I couldn't pick it up with my bare hands. The cabinet was already open.
Is there something else here? No. Okay. Use the panties as like an oven glove.
The panties I'd found in Nico's bag were just what I needed to wrap around the hot cylinder.
Panties save the day. Cool.
There was no...
Hang on. Gas cylinder in the side.
The cylinder gave out a faint hiss as the valve opened. Now I had one primed up and ready to use extinguisher.
Oh. No. Take the siphon. Right? And use it on the flames.
With a well-aimed squirt of his soda fountain, our unshakable hero saved the day. Now it was time to start looking for Nico.
Yeah, what a well-aimed squirt can do, huh?
I wasn't going to burn myself on that red-hot doorknob, and it wasn't the time for subtlety.
Damn. Get out of here. Good achievement. Fire escape.
Much as I disliked him, Labano might be my only hope of finding Nico.
Good news cutting.
I'd found a piece of newspaper folded in two. It referred to a forthcoming eclipse of the sun. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be visible from Europe. The best place to view the eclipse would be Mexico.
Okay. For the whole Mayan calendar
Much
thing.
as I disliked him,
Go make that phone call, boy.
Hi, Andre?
Who is this?
It's George Stobart, Nico's boyfriend.
Don't you mean ex-boyfriend?
Look, I didn't call you just
Wow,
to have
still
fun.
an asshole.
I need to talk to you about Nico.
Can't you accept she's just not interested in you?
Listen, Andre, we need to talk. Nico's life depends on it.
Okay. You remember the cafe at Montfaucon?
Sure. Andre? You'd better show, you creep.
I think that's
I
a
felt
nice
an
way to put it.
irrational urge to wipe my ear.
This door bounce.
It was locked.
Key?
The house key didn't fit this lock.
Oh. Front door then.
The door was locked. I didn't fancy my chances of kicking this door down.
And the key goes on this door.
I unlocked the door. I wasn't looking forward to meeting Labano again, but he was my only link with Nico.
The cafe.
There was no sign of Labano when I got to the cafe. I decided to order a coffee and wait for him. Pardon me, but don't I know you?
Huh?
You were here the day I found the catacombs.
I was? Ah, yes. I remember you.
I don't recall the voice.
Are you still in the police force?
No, not anymore. I'm a man of leisure. And what brings you back to Paris?
Yeah, his voice is different, and he's also only sounding in my right ear.
My girlfriend.
What it is to be young and in love. Will you share a bottle of wine with me?
Hey, listen, I'd love to, but I need to keep a clear head.
So my company isn't good enough for you.
Have you ever heard of a Professor Oubier?
No, monsieur. I don't recall the name.
Well, apparently he's an expert on Mayan art and history.
A little out of my field of experience, monsieur. If he'd been a serial killer or a sodomite, I might have been able to help.
Why did you leave the police?
I was forced to retire. The golden handshake. Only in my case, it was more copper than gold.
How come?
I was made a scapegoat to cover up the department's inefficiencies.
What do you make of this news cutting?
Orphanage supplied fast food chain?
No, it's the article above that.
Oh! Total eclipse of the sun. Well, that's very dull in comparison. I don't know anything about eclipses.
Tell me what you make of this note.
From my years of experience, I gained a pretty good insight into handwriting. I'd say that note was written by a compulsive, obsessive type with an Oedipus complex.
Hey, you got just about everything apart from the ponytail.
Mhm.
What do you make of this dart?
I remember a case where the victim was killed with just such a device. The poison acted in seconds, causing his body to swell up like an inflatable life raft.
Okay. Thanks for
It
talking.
was too hot to sit inside the cafe. Besides, I might miss Labano.
Okay.
I couldn't snatch the man's flask while he was looking.
Okay.
I had no place to go except back to Ubier's house. Besides, I didn't want to miss Labano. So I decided to sit tight and wait. What's that you're drinking?
It's wine.
Ah.
I had nothing else I wanted to ask the gendarme.
Okay. You like the lipstick?
He wouldn't have wanted that.
Yeah. Oh, waiter.
Oh, garçon. He ignored me. I'm sure it was deliberate.
Damn. No time to rate this place 1 star. Exotic
That
panties.
isn't it.
Garçon, would you like exotic panties?
Hey, you. What? I'd like a cup of coffee if you don't mind.
When I finish serving this gentleman.
Damn.
It was too hot to sit inside the cafe.
Un café.
Thanks. Do you know a guy called André Lobineau?
Oui, I know him. What of it?
I'm supposed to meet him here. Did I miss him?
No, I have not seen him today.
Okay.
Have you heard of Professor Oubier?
Oui, he married that actress, the little dachshund. They used to come here. The nutty professor and the movie star.
If Oubier's wife was a movie star, how come I never heard of her?
She was big in France. The world doesn't stop at Hollywood. Her stage name was Carol Climax. She died in suspicious circumstances.
Ooh.
How did Oubier's wife die?
I heard he shot her.
And got away with it?
He had a good lawyer and they watertight alibi.
Damn.
Why would an eminent public figure like Oubier risk everything for murder?
He wouldn't be the first, would he? Besides, people like him always get off.
Kill of what?
What does that guy keep pouring out of his flask?
Absinthe.
Absinthe. I thought that was highly dangerous and outlawed in France.
It is. Don't look at me, I didn't sell it to him.
Do you know that man over there?
I should think so. He's a regular customer.
Look at this. A poison dart.
Ah oui, sure.
Wanna try
It's
it?
the real thing. Knocked my girlfriend out cold in a matter of seconds.
Romantic. Sounds like a real close relationship you have going.
That's all.
Thank you.
Ah, there is the bastard.
Well, well, this is a surprise, Georgie.
I wouldn't normally call you. But Nico's in trouble, Andre. Deep trouble. You have to help me find her.
What? What have you dragged her into this time?
It was you that recommended Professor Oubier as an expert on Mayan art. Now his butler has kidnapped her. And he tried to kill me.
Every time she gets involved with you, there is trouble. Walking out on her was the best thing you could do.
My father was dying, damn it. I had no choice.
Well, she soon recovered once she went back to her old friends.
Drop it, Andre. Right now, Nico's in danger, and we have to work together.
So, how can I help?
Nico needed to speak to Oubier about a stone.
Oh, you mean this stone?
Oh?
So that's what all the trouble's about.
Precisely. Nicole told me to guard it with my life.
Well, it's worth more than that, surely.
Oh, very funny.
What's funny is that your life really is on the line.
What are you talking about?
The stone is a Mayan artifact, dummy, and the guy who kidnapped Nico was from Central America. It was the stone they were after.
Oh my god, you mean I could be in danger too?
Why didn't Nico take the stone to Oubier?
I don't know. Perhaps she suspected something like this would happen.
If she's been hurt, Andre, I'll break every bone in your body.
Do
Oh,
it!
that's typical of you. Do you think I don't care what happens to Nicole?
It occurred to me that slugs don't have bones to break, but I kept that thought to myself.
Damn.
What do you suppose the carving on the stone means?
I don't know. I haven't shown it to anyone.
Why don't you just give it to me?
I don't want your death on my conscience, George.
That's rich.
Where did Nico get the stone?
I'm not sure I should tell you.
Oh, you should.
It was something to do with smuggling.
Tell me about your friend Oubier.
He's more of a professional acquaintance than a friend.
I see. So you don't really know him at all.
No, I don't.
Does Oubier employ a guy from Central America?
Maybe. I don't know.
What do you think this is, Andre?
I don't know.
I'll give you a clue. It's got more backbone than you.
Damn.
You're amusing, don't you?
Be short.
What can you tell me about this pot?
South or Central American, I'd say. I have a friend who'd be able to tell you more.
Where can I find this guy?
He owns a gallery on the left bank. The Gliese Gallery.
See you later.
Goodbye, Georgie.
Bye, prick. Meanwhile, several hundred kilometers away.
I've had enough of your games, Kala. Tell me what you've done with my stone.
I thought your business was simply smuggling cocaine, Karzak. Why are you so interested in that stone?
Either you tell me what I want to know, or Pablo here will make you talk.
Okay. Well, I figured someone at the university would be able to help. So I had a word with one of my girlfriends, and she told me her boyfriend was a lecturer. I sent the stone to the Department of Ethnology. You know, I figured it was South American, so... You're not buying this, are you?
That's enough. I don't have time to listen to your mindless prattle. We'll leave you to think it over. Come the morning, you'll be ready to talk.
Hey, Andre Lobno has last. How do I move forwards? Well,
I had no desire to go down into the sewers.
oh, a trip to the sewers again? Okay, I can't really move.
I'm trying to find my girlfriend. She's been kidnapped.
Kidnapped?
Yeah, it was our first day back together after many months.
That's too bad. My God, that's depressing.
Excuse me.
Leave me alone.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Leave me alone.
Damn, okay. Oh, it's a gallery, right. Mr. Waiter, no?
You need anything else?
There was nothing I wanted to say to him. Now I had another lead. I could either go back to Ubier's house or visit the Glee's gallery.
Oh, okay. The gallery, maybe.
The Glee's gallery had style and class, but very few customers. The pots were protected by a glass case.
Very well inside. So I guess you seem like the owner.
Are you Mr. Glees, the owner?
Yes, sir. May I help you?
You're English?
These days one prefers to think of oneself as European.
Sure. Whatever you say.
And how precisely may one assist you, sir?
What I really wanted to ask you about was a black stone.
A black stone?
Yeah, it's a Mayan artifact, about as big as my hand.
No, sir. One doesn't get much call for black stones. If it's Mayan artifacts you're interested in, I have some rather exquisite pots.
Yeah, I noticed. I've already got one of those.
Okay.
Who's that guy over there?
That's Mr. Lane, sir, the critic. I'm hoping he'll give the gallery a favorable write-up. One has to be so patient with these critics. Lure them in with the correct bait, watch for a bite, then play them like a fish.
Well, he's certainly drinking like one.
Oh,
Have you heard of Professor Ubier?
Of course. His name is synonymous with Mayan art. A number of these artifacts were supplied by Ubier himself.
Do you believe the story that Ubier murdered his wife?
quite a segue we're having here.
He was an opportunist tramp. Well, that's what I heard.
I suppose you have an import license for these relics?
Of course. But that's not my problem, sir. The professor arranges all the shipping. We simply collect the items from the docks.
Could you tell me which docks Professor Ubier uses to import the artifacts?
Good God, no. I can't possibly reveal my commercial secrets.
Do you get many Central American Indians in here?
No, sir. This is Paris. Central America is several thousand kilometers southwest of here. Straight across the Atlantic Ocean and turn left. You can't miss it.
Well, as it happens, I saw some Central American Indians this very morning.
Tourists, sir. Paris is full of them at this time of year.
Have you seen any of Ubier's wife's films?
Only one. Believe me, I was appalled, shocked, disgusted, and repulsed.
Well, you sure got your money's worth. Last time I went to the movies, I wasn't even titillated.
Okay.
I found this news story referring to a total eclipse of the sun.
Really, sir? Well, fascinating.
I'd like your opinion on this pot.
Interesting. Would sir be interested in selling the article?
That depends. How much would you give me for it?
300? Possible 325?
I'll think about it.
That is money.
There was nothing else I wanted to ask the man.
Talk with the sir.
The way that guy was gripping the glass, I'd need a wrench to get away from him.
Did not talk to him?
You're Lane, the critic, aren't you?
Correct. Can't you see I'm busy?
Busy? Doing what?
Appreciating the art, or depreciating it. I have a reputation to uphold.
I could tell this guy was going to be hard work.
Damn.
Have you heard of Professor Ubier?
Yes, of course.
I was at his house earlier.
If you're going to drop names, you could at least name one worth dropping.
I thought Ubier was a well-respected man.
Why, his last book was nothing but pseudo-intellectual claptrap. The demented ramblings of a drug-dependent has-been.
Damn. Your bottle of piss?
What's that you're drinking?
I'm not sure, but I have a suspicion it might be urine.
I was joking.
You can't expect a favorable criticism of his gallery when he serves this muck.
Would you give me your opinion on this pot, sir?
Yes. Very rapouche.
Rapouche?
Hideous.
Damn.
What the hell do you think you're doing? You smashed my pot.
Certainly, it was not only worthless, it was ugly and offensive.
To you, maybe.
Believe me, I was doing you a favor.
I wasn't going to waste any more breath talking to that pompous blimp. Maybe I could turn the situation to my advantage, and at the same time, get my revenge.
Oh.
The pot had smashed into too many pieces to retrieve.
I do want some payback for this guy.
That slob Lane just smashed my Mayan pot.
Yes, he can be rather impulsive.
Impulsive? The man's a hooligan. I bet if it was one of yours, you'd be more concerned.
Piss.
Lane doesn't think much of your choice of wine.
Blasted nerve. The priest who sold it to me said it was a good year.
Can I check over here at the back? Probably not. Right?
Excuse me, sir.
Uh-huh.
That area is private.
Oh, so I'm not allowed back here?
No, sir.
Get out!
Rectangles in a desolate landscape. Highly cubist.
Please stop me from examining space. How can I get back? Cause some kind of distraction. Mm-hmm.
Hi, girls.
Oh, good lord.
What's the joke?
You.
あなたはキレてですね。
Oh, they're Japanese.
Okay, fine.
You like my tequila worm?
If I wanted to be laughed at, there was always Nico.
Damn.
If I wanted to be laughed at, there was always Nico. If I wanted to be laughed at, there was always Nico.
Okay. Do another hint. Our critic appears to be a little drunk. Perhaps you can make him more so. Healer
I
word?
didn't think he'd be interested.
Oh no.
I thought about dipping the poison dart into his drink, but thought better of it.
That's a crying shame. Try all the items. Probably need another hint here. Oh, okay, the wine. Okay, okay. Cafe. May I get your wine, sir?
Excuse me.
What?
Do you miss being a gendarme?
Yes, of course I do. When I wore that uniform, I commanded respect. Not anymore.
Excuse me.
Leave me alone.
God damn.
It was too hot. I grabbed the flask and was struck by a powerful smell of absinthe, a highly potent and illegal alcoholic drink.
Damn, George.
I could either go back to Ubier's house.
Not even an hour to stream, and George is already onto some wild shit. This man's a menace.
I splashed a little absinthe into the glass and hoped he wouldn't notice the change of color.
Oh,
Did you put something in my drink?
Yeah, I did. Well, what do you think?
Well, it's certainly an improvement over Gleese's wine. In fact, I could grow to like it.
well, have some more, buddy.
Allow me.
Oh. Damn, that's so sad. Okay, I'll leave you to it.
There was nothing in the case but styrofoam packing, but pasted on the side was the remains of a label.
So check the label.
Underneath the logo of a flying bird were the words Condor Transglobal Mars. The rest of the label was missing.
Exactly, what else do I need to know?
The packing case contained nothing but styrofoam chips. I had no possible use for a credit card reader.
Okay.
The pot had smashed into...
So Glee's, sorry about your art gallery, man.
Were those pots very valuable?
The pots are insured, but not the shelving. You've no idea how much that cost me. Go away.
No way. Did we take the newspaper with us? Oh.
It was the letter to Nick. Sickening.
Not with the newspaper with us. My bad.
It was the newspaper clip. Wrapped inside it was another small piece of
Oh.
paper. It was a bank statement for Ubier's account from an automatic telling machine. The last 5 withdrawals were for large amounts, and all made in Marseille. It was beginning to make sense.
Marseille?
Ubier had organized Nico's abduction. Ubier withdrew money from Marseille. Ubier was connected with Transglobal, who shipped their goods from a warehouse in Marseille. That's how the torn Transglobal label had once read. Marseille, not Mars. It wasn't
So
much
it's
of a
not
lead,
from
but it was all
Mars?
I had. I set off immediately to catch the evening train.
A few hours later.
It was almost dawn when I arrived in Marseille. I traced Condor Transglobal to a desolate dockside.
Okay, fence. If you are stuck at any point, tap the question mark at the top right of the screen to see how big it is. Okay. That's spin icon to exit the option screen, or you can load the save game. Just... Oh,
What's the big idea?
I don't know. The dog went berserk for no apparent reason.
He's trained to do that. The idea is to deter any would-be intruder.
Oh, I get it. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just remember, he's a trained attack dog. A killer.
damn, all killer, no filler. Now we can do anything over there. Oh.
The watchman must have bolted the trap door. My arms weren't long enough to reach the platform. Here, boy.
Okay. How do we deal with the dog? Can you look in the window? Oh god, it's kind of unsettling.
Hi, good morning.
Do you know what time it is?
No, I don't wear a watch. As my dad used to say, I'm not into time, man.
Well, you're too early.
What time is it anyhow?
The big hand's on the floor. Why aren't you in bed?
I can explain everything.
Never mind, I ain't that interested.
Have you ever heard of Professor Ubier?
Me? None of my friends are professors or anything like that.
I'm looking for a young woman.
At the docks? What kind of woman do you have in mind?
You don't understand. It's my girlfriend I'm trying to find.
Well, I ain't seen her. And you should tell her the docks ain't no place for a young lady. They're dirty and they're dangerous.
Dirty and dangerous. Okay.
Ever heard of Condor Transglobal?
Sure. They have a warehouse here.
Well, could I take a look?
Not until after the holidays. Come back in a month.
Okay.
Does that dog belong to you?
Nah, he comes with the job. I just feed him every now and then.
More then than now, I'd say. Take a look at this letter.
That's sick. Did you write it?
Oh, no. No, it's a letter from my girlfriend's admirer.
If I was you, I'd smack him in the mouth.
Well, that's not my style, but thanks for the advice.
Smack him anyhow.
What's cooking?
Beans.
Good looking.
You know a man can live on nothing but beans.
Not this one. Don't
Beans?
you ever get tired of eating beans?
Sure I do. What do you take me for?
And what's the alternative?
Peas. I can't eat them too often, though. They play hell with my digestion.
Peas and
Have
beans.
you ever considered changing your diet?
What's wrong with beans and beer?
You need me to tell you? You're pumping out enough methane here to fill a dirigible.
Damn. Wanna see a panty?
I have these very exotic panties.
Take them away, you pervert!
Hey, you gotta try everything.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No, pal, what is it?
A poison dart used for hunting.
What would you hunt with that? Mice?
No, monkeys and stuff. The tip is dipped in poison.
Hey, what you got against monkeys?
I love monkeys. I was just using them as an example.
Well, don't.
Not the monkeys.
I'm certain my girlfriend was brought here when she was abducted.
What? Your girl was kidnapped?
Yeah, struck down by an Indian with a poison dart.
Like the one you showed me?
The very same. I could tell he didn't believe me. I have to make a delivery to Condor Transglobal.
Where's your rig?
About half a mile down the road.
And you walked here? Jeez, are you some kind of nut?
Nah, it was easy. I just put one foot in front of the other. Are you gonna let me make my delivery?
Not without the paperwork. You get the papers, you make your delivery, and I get a fat backhander.
I was getting nowhere with the story about being a trucker. What's the dog's name?
20.
It's unusual for a dog.
It's his registration number. Security dog number 20.
What time do you open the gates?
7.
Do you mind if I hang out here till the docks open?
Please yourself, but you'll have a long wait. It's Sunday, and tomorrow is the start of the national holiday. Everything is closed for a month.
Well, wouldn't you just know it?
Damn.
Does number 20 have rabies?
Nah, just a bad attitude. Like I said, he's a trained attack dog. They took him when he was a puppy and messed with his head to make him the way he is.
Good lord.
Do you know what kind of business Condor's involved in?
I'm paid to guard the gate. Their business is none of mine.
I gotta go now, but I'll be back.
Can't wait.
Okay. Bottle. Ball of what?
The bottle was just out of reach. Nothing was gonna get me into that water if I could help it.
Okay. Okay.
couldn't reach that far. I couldn't reach the cup.
Excuse me? Huh? Who's there?
Oh, that looks like it hurt.
It was Ubier's bank.
Hmm. Get it from the water. Oh, a hook. Hell yeah.
The stick had a hook on one end. I figured it was a boat hook. For hooking boats.
Okay. Then use that to fish out the ball.
I just knew that boat hook would be useful for something. As for the bottle, even if I couldn't find a use for it, I'd cleaned up the dock a little.
Hell yeah, environment.
Hello?
Oh, there we go again. Then got farted on her face again. To get him out. Hmm. Okay. Thank God we don't need to.
Ouch! That's hot.
I'll not throw the bottle at the window. Look at the window. No. Oh. They're smoking the guard out. Oh, okay.
The bottle was half filled with water. Maybe it would cool the cone down enough to touch it.
Oh, okay.
Now I could see into the pipe which formed the chimney. The bottle had blocked the chimney, and the hut was filling up with smoke.
Damn. Does that mean we can now enter from down here? Get the biscuits.
The packet was full of dog biscuits.
Doobie snacks.
That mug was a health risk. I decided to leave it where it was.
Okay. Can we take the pot with beans?
Baked beans in ketchup.
Oh,
The box contained nothing but blank forms.
okay. The guard is back now. And we leave him to his beans. Or biscuits.
Didn't I tell you to stay away from the fence?
I was nowhere near it. It's that dog. He's crazy.
Hey, mind what you say. He's sensitive to negative criticism.
Damn.
Thanks, you ungrateful mutt.
That's not nice to the dog. Come on.
Breaking steel padlocks with my bare hands was a feat I'd never mastered.
Um,
I decided I would not be able to pick a 5-barrel hardened steel heavy-duty padlock with a dart.
no, okay. Have more biscuits for the boy. Beneath the huts. Wait, what do we need to do over here? Oh,
Hey, 20. Come and get it, boy. I felt a slight twinge of conscience as I prepared to give the dog a dunking. It soon passed.
ah, poor dog.
As I'd expected, the dog could swim like a... well, like a dog.
Hey, time for breaking and entering. Climb the fence now. Pony do not.
The sign looked as if it was firmly attached to the wall. Anyway, I didn't really want it as a souvenir. This sign also looked firmly attached to the wall.
friends. Ooh. There's a grill here. It's like a guard over here.
The grill opened from the inside. The din must have drowned out the sound of my knocking. The din must...
We go up the ladder.
Maybe there was a way in up there.
Something with the barrels up there, maybe. Can we go through the window? Probably not. Oh, we can look. Oh, I think that's our friend.
The window was jammed shut.
Can we keep doing this? Oh, that noise where to stop. Hmm. It's so hard to think about this. But my brain is not really cooperating, is it? Not today.
I couldn't reach the wheel and couldn't see any point in climbing up to it.
You needed other things. Look through the window. Okay, we did that, but or if we just look out through the window, but then nothing really happens. Through this window. There's a guy over there. Huh? Oh, this opens.
That did the trick. The fan clunked and shorted out as its blades were mashed by the boat hook.
Hey, you make any more noise, I break your arms.
That bully needed to be taught a lesson.
Garzak's already mad because we didn't get the stone. You give me any trouble, I'll tell him it was all your fault.
Karzak. That must be his boss.
I'll talk to the man. Now, Answer the door.
Who is it?
Is this Condor Transglobal?
Nobody here. Go away.
I'll give you 5 seconds to let me in, or I'll bust down the door.
Okay. I'm coming.
He didn't sound too happy.
How to deal with the Central American goon? Oh shit. Did we get shot? Okay. Killed by Pablo, damn.
I decided there was a better way to attract their attention.
Okay, knock on floor, but be careful. Okay. So, different path of approach.
Who is it?
Okay,
My name is Stobart. George Stobart.
What do you want?
I want to return your spider. I pulled its legs off, which is exactly what I'm gonna do to you.
Jesus Christ, man.
I got the feeling he wasn't too pleased to see me. I'd better think this through.
Okay, he's a barrel, okay. We'll need to do that again. Hmm.
Hey, what now?
Pizza delivery?
I didn't order pizza.
No? This is the Condor Transglobal Shipping Company, isn't it?
I don't like pizza.
Oh, come on. Everyone likes pizza. Maybe he was allergic to mozzarella.
Me again.
If you know what's good for you, you'll open this door.
What if I don't?
I'll kick your head in.
Okay, I'll come out, you creep.
Okay, go up quickly. Do it again. Let's get him. Yippee! Let's go to the front door. I assume this is how we do it. Yeah, barricade that shit. Although maybe I should have done that with the window as well.
All the crates were firmly sealed. Among the paperwork which adorned the notice board was something which caught my eye. It was a delivery note from Condor Transglobal, and the address was Coromonte City.
Coromonte City.
There was nothing else of any...
Filing cabinet?
It was locked. Whoa! Don't shoot! The little guy had a blowpipe. That confirmed my suspicions about what had happened to Nico. I waited for him to shoot me, but it didn't happen. Instead, he seemed to want to tell me something. What? You want me to get out? Nope, that wasn't it. Oh, what did he want?
Little Central American man is threatening me. How do I get past him? Let me talk to you then.
Hi. I'm not going to hurt you.
Guaramonte!
Is that where you're from? Coromonte City?
Guaramonte! Guaramonte!
Okay. What have you done with my girlfriend?
Huh?
I am not leaving without her. Where is she? He didn't appear to understand me.
Let me speak in English until you understand me.
This was the dart you used to knock out my girlfriend. If she's come to any harm, I will count you personally responsible.
Lotte capito fnor!
What?
Do you know what this is?
Peito. Lotte capito. Inyakot lagoino mutu.
What, a Scooby snack?
Tell me what you've done with Nico, and I'll share these biscuits with you. I knew it sounded lame, trying to bargain with a box of doggy snacks. Besides, how was he to know how yummy they tasted?
Damn.
It was locked.
Drawer. Did we check in here yet?
The only interesting thing I found was a small brass key.
Filing cabinets?
The little brass key didn't fit the lock.
Oh. Hmm. Can I go past you?
The little Indian fella wasn't about to let me past.
Oh.
Guaramonte!
Not until he'd got what he wanted. Whatever that was.
There could be a lot of things.
I didn't think he'd be interested.
You want
What
the
does this
key?
key unlock?
Huh?
Hey, you're manacled. Who did this? That big thug? I'm gonna set you free, okay?
Free.
Hey, come back here!
Oh well.
The little guy had gone to ground amongst the stack of crates.
Is it like an elevator here? Ding.
Just in time. Interrupting the beam of light kept the doors from closing and stopped anyone from using the elevator. But what now? The little crate was precariously balanced. No, I had to think of something else.
Okay,
I don't think so. I'd better think this through. Not such a good idea. The large crate supported a smaller crate.
okay.
Not such a good idea. The label just wasn't sticky enough to stay in place.
Damn.
The worm may have been slimy, but it wasn't sticky.
Okay.
I wasn't convinced. Nope. That was...
That's no good.
The little crate was... Nope. Holding my hand in front of the eye would stop the doors from closing.
We can use this one as well.
There. That would keep the doors from closing.
Okay, now we can check.
I was wrestling with the small crate when I noticed the label on its side. Danger. Live contents do not drop.
Live?
There wasn't enough room to move the handle. The statue looked way too heavy for me to move. A sturdy beam was jammed across the doors. These doors were not going to open.
Can we look through the window? What's on the other side?
There was no way to open that window. There was no...
But you can look. Guess looking is not an option.
No chance. Whatever those crates contained, they were heavy.
Let me get something to drink, actually. Hold on a second.
There wasn't much I could do with a pulley that didn't have any rope.
1 second. Okay, got something to drink.
The short chain stopped the cuffs reaching from the statue to the winch. The short chain stopped the cuffs reaching from the statue to the winch. The short chain... I didn't want to risk dropping the crate and releasing its live contents.
Oh, crash marks. Uh-oh.
There was an arc-shaped scratch on the floor, as if a door had been opened in the nearby wall. My fingers traced the outline of a secret door in the wall. Then I found a small round stud, which was set flush to the surrounding wooden paneling. Just
Ta-da!
a secret room. Nico!
Holy shit, it's Nico. Bonus comic artwork. Nice. We got a fetish. What?
Will you look at this? It was a small statue of a kneeling figure in an ornate headdress. The head was hideous, with huge staring eyes set in a decomposing face.
Hey, somebody's marketing Lobino dolls.
Hold still. This might hurt a little.
Ow!
Think yourself lucky you don't have a mustache.
About time. You could at least have helped me before grabbing everything you could find.
Not so loud, they'll hear you.
Get these ropes off me, right now!
You know, the mood you're in, maybe that's not such a good idea.
Where's Pablo, the big guy?
Out cold. Too much wine doesn't agree with him. Are you okay?
Of course I'm not okay. Untie me this instant.
There. How you feeling?
Oh, thanks, Georges. How on earth did you find me?
I knew Ubier had been in Marseille. But never mind about me. How about you tell me exactly what's going on, starting with that Mayan stone?
I picked it up from one of Karzak's men in Paris. I was expecting a consignment of narcotics.
Drugs?
Yes. The proof I needed to expose Karzak's smuggling operation. I'd set it up to act as his courier, and once I had the proof, I planned to go straight to Inspector Mou. But instead of the dope I'd expected, they sent me that stone instead. And to find out more, I called Professor Oublier, who invited me to his mansion. At least, I thought it was Oublier.
I don't get it. If Karzak's business is drugs, why is he so desperate to get his hands on that stone?
Maybe it has some significance to the local people in Central America. It could be Karzak's means of getting them to work for him. Anyway, we've got to get out of here.
Nico, wait!
Hurry!
We can't use the elevator. If that thug Pablo's recovered, he'll be waiting for us.
We've got to do something. Where does that door lead to?
I'm not sure. These doors were not going to open.
Do something with a pulley?
There wasn't much I could do with a pulley that didn't have any rope.
Oh, I didn't have the rope with me? Wow. Nico, do you have the rope?
Tell me about this Karzak guy.
Well, I saw him for only a few minutes, but he frightened me. I got the impression that Pablo was nervous when he was around too. His eyes, they're like a wild animal's, like a tiger. That's what scared me most about him. He looked so unpredictable and dangerous.
Okay, tell me what you know about Condor.
Condor Transglobal exports Aztec and Mayan relics from Central America to Europe. But that's just a cover for the real business. Drug smuggling.
What proof do you have?
Nothing yet.
Have you any idea who this little statue is supposed to be?
I'm not very well acquainted with Mayan deities, Georges. But whatever his name, he sure is ugly.
Damn, this one called for.
Look, the little guy downstairs was chained up with these.
That must have been Pablo's doing. I don't blame him, though. That little guy is dangerous.
You're still sore about that poison dart?
Of course I'm sore.
Did I hear you refer to Inspector Moon?
Inspector Moon.
Well, of course I do. But I thought he was dead.
Oh no, he reappeared after the broken sword case had blown over. When he found out who was in with the Neo-Templars, he went into hiding. Moon knew more than was good for him.
Does he know about our involvement with the case?
If he does, he's not telling. Still, he got a sudden promotion.
Good for Moon.
Did you know Ubier's wife was a film star?
No, I didn't know he was married. What happened to her?
She died. In mysterious circumstances, apparently.
How mysterious.
I heard she was murdered. Possibly by Ubier himself.
A murderer, huh? André said he was something of a celebrity.
Did that Indian guy mistreat you?
If you forget about the abduction, verbal threats, and bondage, no.
Well, what about the little guy?
I don't think he knows where he is or what he's doing here. The big guy, Pablo, he brought Titipoco from the jungle.
Titty what?
Titipoco.
Titty what?
That's what I heard Pablo call the dwarf.
I found these in your bag.
Oh, they were a gift.
I know. I read the note.
God knows what was going through Andre's mind.
I think that's quite plain enough. Do you recognize this?
Is that the dart which knocked me out?
That's right. I kept it as a souvenir. Do you know where Condor is based?
In Central America. A place called Quaramonte.
I saw that name on a docket downstairs.
Wow.
The statue looked way too heavy for me to move.
I need to move the crate. Can they move together?
I didn't want to risk dropping the crate and releasing its live contents. There wasn't enough room to move the handle.
Oh, okay. I get it now.
Hopefully, the tape would prevent those doors from closing and stop the Indian from being able to call the elevator.
Okay, push this back. Put this over there. I can move this crate.
The pallet rose about 6 inches off the floor, and I said a silent prayer to whoever had discovered the power of hydraulics.
What on earth are you doing?
Trying to raise the statue so I can hook it to that pulley.
Is that really going to help us?
I like to keep myself occupied in times of stress.
Okay, now hook it on the pulley.
There wasn't much I could do with a pulley that didn't have any rope. It would be much easier to attach the rope to the statue first.
Okay then. Whatever you say, George.
There wasn't much I could do with it.
There we go.
I didn't want to remove the rope.
Okay, so now
It was too heavy for me to move on my own.
can Nico do something? We're just going to walk around aimlessly.
Could you give me a hand to push this statue?
What for?
This, my dear, is our passport to freedom.
If you say so, dear.
Okay, push! Great teamwork.
Nice to be working with you again, Mr. Stobart.
Ah, look at the camaraderie. Oh, let's get out of here.
Nico, I have a great idea.
God, it's loud! What the fuck? Jesus Christ.
Josh, where have you been? Never mind that. Do you have the Mayan stone?
Maybe I have, but,
Don't argue, Andre. Give the stone to George.
well, of course. If you say so, Nicole.
Yeah, do it, you wimp.
Thank you so much, Andre.
George, he told me you'd been kidnapped, my dear. I'm glad to see he was mistaken.
Oh, but it was true. If it hadn't been for George, I wouldn't be here now.
It's not finished yet. Karzak's thugs will be back for that stone, you can bet. The best lead that we have is Coromonte City.
Coromonte is in Central America. That's where Ubier gets his artifacts.
That's all we needed to know. Come on, George.
We go to Central America?
Quaramonte,
Oh,
the
damn.
traveler's rear entrance to Central America. Well, that's how it was translated in the brochure. We didn't know what we were looking for, but the offices of Condor Transglobal seemed a good place to start.
God, I'm so sorry for the loud music in the scene.
Hey, it's market day. I don't see any cabs. Let's ask someone how to get to Quaramonte City.
Okay. Keep your eyes peeled for any sign of Condor Transglobal.
Let's ask around.
Hi.
Wanna buy
Coyotes.
something?
No, not really.
I got cabbages. Buy a cabbage, senor.
I don't think so. I didn't come all this way to buy vegetables. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Aye, Tezcatlipoca. Put it away, senor. Tezcatlipoca brings nothing but evil.
The poor guy was so freaked, he didn't even mention his cabbages.
Yeah,
Listen, have you heard of Condor Transglobal?
No. Buy a cabbage. I'll give you a discount on both purchases.
I'm not into cabbages. See ya.
Wonderful talk.
Inside the hut was a chair and a small table.
Okay, talk to the girl.
Welcome to Quaramonte.
Thanks. Can we get a cab to the capital?
This is the capital, Quaramonte City.
Oh,
When's the next ship out of here?
But senor, don't you like our beautiful country?
Oh, yeah. It's like a little piece of paradise right here on Earth.
Then why you wanna leave?
I'm just plain homesick. Like it says in the song.
A word of warning, senor. If you feel like bursting into song, bite your tongue.
Huh?
There are official restrictions on music in Quaramonte.
We've had enough. We're going back to the ship.
Okay. You show me your brown card?
Huh? What brown card is that?
The official exit visa.
here's Nico.
Do you have any theories about this stone?
I think that design represents a dog, a Mexican dog.
So, this is the sacred Chihuahua stone? Sheesh.
Okay, he's funny.
Labano tells me he's been seeing a lot of you.
We meet sometimes for lunch, a drink. After you'd gone back to the States, I was pretty lonely, you know.
Lonely? You must have been desperate. Couldn't you just visit the zoo or something?
Probably similar to meeting with Lavano, I would imagine.
Would you like a biscuit?
Gourmet dog? Have you been eating those things, Georges?
Sure, they're great.
Yay for dog foods.
Guess what this is? Go on, guess.
It's wrought iron, probably from a chimney stack on an old stove.
Well, I suppose it could be. How did she know that?
My grandfather used to work in a foundry.
Worm? Would you love me if I was a worm?
That's disgusting, Georges. Why are you carrying it around with you?
I don't know. I just can't seem to part with it. Take a look at this.
An eclipse of the sun. Why the sudden interest in astronomy?
I found the cutting in Ubier's house.
Apparently, it's only visible from Central America.
Take a look at this.
Mon Dieu! Where did you get that kind of money?
It's not mine. I found that statement at Ubier's house.
Okay.
Hey, cheer up, guys. What's with the long faces?
Our pipe player has been arrested and thrown in jail.
Poor Miguel. He never broke the law in his life.
Yeah.
Why was Miguel put in jail?
For playing folk music.
What?
It's true, senor. He insisted on playing traditional Quaramonte music, even though it's illegal.
Damn.
Why don't you try playing a tune to cheer yourselves up?
No, we should be looking for real jobs.
We could earn 10 times as much down the mines. My cousin Ramirez was earning 8 pesos an hour.
Before he lost his legs in the accident.
Tell me about the accident at the mine.
There was an explosion at Teoculcan. 30 miners were buried alive.
They got some of them out, though.
2 of them, including your cousin, and they left half of him behind.
Would either of you guys care for a biscuit?
A dog biscuit, senor?
Are you trying to insult us?
No, really. They're good.
We'll take your word for it.
Okay,
Do you guys know anything about a total eclipse?
What is it?
It's like when the sun is hidden by the moon.
He's crazy.
My cousin Alfredo swears he saw it happen once. But that was after he stupidly consumed a cocktail of peyote and antibiotics.
Okay. Do I know this?
George Stobart, well of all the...
Mrs. Henderson. Boy, this is some coincidence.
Oh, she's also in the
When
last
you've been
game.
married to a fruitcake like Dwayne as long as I have, you stop believing in coincidence.
I'd met Pearl and Dwayne on the other side of the globe in Syria.
Yeah.
He was an army veteran who suspected he was working for the CIA, but wasn't sure. She was less obviously deranged. Is Dwayne here with you, Mrs. Henderson?
Why, sure, I couldn't leave him home alone. Since Dwayne came back from the war, we couldn't bear to be apart.
So, where is he now?
We ain't speaking.
Why aren't you speaking to Dwayne?
Because he's an old spoil sport sourpuss. I want to visit one of those old pyramid places, but Dwayne says he has to stay in town.
Right. And you don't want to go on your own?
Well, there's no point in going to the pyramid if there's no one around to take my picture.
Is Dwayne still working for the CIA?
If he is, he doesn't know it. He's what they call a snoozer.
Don't you mean a sleeper?
No, this is different. He used to think he worked for them, but the psychotherapy cured him of that. What he doesn't realize is that now he really does work for them. At least that's the way I understood it.
What brings you to Quaramonte, Pearl?
What takes me just about anywheres. The market.
You drove 2,000 miles to go shopping?
I can respect
Shopping
that.
is my role in the economy of the Great Design, George.
I can respect it.
What do you make of this stone, Pearl?
Oh, that's pretty. What's that thing supposed to be, a rabbit?
I believe it's a coyote.
Well, it sure is cute.
I was surprised she didn't ask me where she could buy one.
Catch you later, Pearl.
Oh, there's Dwayne. Just a second, Dwayne. Coming right there. I wanted to talk to Dwayne. What are you doing? George. My man. What you doing?
It was Pearl's husband, Dwayne. Hey, Mr. Henderson. Good to see you again.
Do I know you, son?
George Stobart, remember? In Syria? I sold you a statue.
I remember that. Pearl was mighty vexed when the paint came off.
Look, I'm sorry. I'll give you back the $50.
No, you suckered me fair and square.
That's mighty kind of him.
Are you still working for... you know who?
You know I can't talk about my work, George. That's between me and Uncle Sam.
God bless America.
Does the name Karzak mean anything to you?
Sounds like a comic book villain to me, son.
He's the man behind Condor, and the rat who kidnapped Nico.
You know, the first time I met you, I was deeply impressed with your naive simplicity. I said to Pearl, if we ever had kids, I would have wanted a boy like George. But I underestimated you, son.
Did you know that traditional music is illegal in Caramonte?
Is that so? Seems reasonable to me.
No, really. The leader of the band in the square has been imprisoned just because of the music he played.
I don't know who you've been talking to, but that fella, Miguel, he's an agitator.
What's the real reason the musician was imprisoned?
Handed out subversive literature at the mines. That so-called general was waiting for Miguel when he got back into town. Marched him off to jail at gunpoint on a charge of inciting a riot.
Oh.
I spoke to Pearl earlier.
Yeah? Did she mention that we had a kind of falling out?
Yes, she did.
She'll get over it.
She'll get over it.
Did you drive all the way down here?
Hell no. Pearl did the driving while I followed the maps. The way she handled the wheel, you'd think she'd been trucking half her life.
Why did you bring a huge truck like that?
George, I'm on a top-secret classified mission for Uncle Sam. This truck is a rolling bomb. 400 pounds of nitrate fertilizer with a plastique initiator. They'll
What?
hear the bang in China. Gee, I'm really looking forward to this.
Dwayne, what the fuck are you doing?
Do you know anything about a shipping company called Condor Transglobal?
Sure I do. You have to get up pretty early to catch Dwayne with his pants down.
What?
What? You beat me to it?
Condor Transglobal is all wound up. Seems like my investigations scared them off.
Hi, I'm George Stobart. What can you tell me about the mining company?
The general closed down one of their mines after the explosion. Lots of folks lost their lives. I was lucky. I only lost my legs.
Can you tell me anything about this stone?
That's obsidian. It's a volcanic rock which has cooled so fast that...
Yeah. Look, I'm not interested in geology.
You're not? I suppose you want to know about the carved picture on it.
That's right.
Then the guy you should talk to is the professor. He was here a while ago.
Hmm.
Do you recognize the design on this label?
Why, sure. That's the Condor Transglobal Shipping Company logo.
Do they have an office in Quaramonte?
No, but they ship out from here.
That's what I thought. Stealing trucks wasn't my style.
Okay. Keep moving, George.
Hey, Nico!
I have done just as I have been instructed, Professor.
Oh.
With the mine closed down, there'll be no one around to observe your excavation.
Ah, I have visitors.
Just remember what I told you, General. There's really no need to make a martyr out of that man.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, Senor. Welcome to Quaramonte.
Thanks. My name's George Stobart from California.
But what is this? An angel come down to earth.
Nicole Collard. Enchanté, mon général.
Yeah.
Pardon me, senorita, but I couldn't help myself.
Look, we'd like to ask you a few questions.
You've come to the right place, Senor. Tourist information. General Graciento, at your service.
This is the tourist office? It says police on the sign outside.
It is both, senor. I am a man of many parts.
I can see that, General.
Who was the guy you were talking to when we arrived?
Professor Oubier, a visitor, senor, like yourselves.
Did you say Oubier?
Si, senor. Professor Oubier, a French archaeologist.
What's Oubier doing in Quaramonte?
Researching our rich and glorious past, senor. The professor is planning an expedition to some Mayan ruins. He came to see me to get an excavation permit.
Are there any ruins around the city?
Of course, senor. Quaramonte has everything.
I have a friend who wants to visit an historical site.
Ronaldo will only be too pleased to conduct a guided tour, when he's dealt with today's paperwork, of course.
Is it true there's a restriction on music in Quaramonte?
Yes, there is. An emergency measure introduced by Nuestra Senora.
Folk music is a link with the past for some of these people. Take away their musical roots and what do they got left?
Easy listening.
You think easy listening could replace a musical heritage hundreds of years old?
Why not? It happened in your country.
We've had enough of Quaramonte and we want out.
Am I stopping you?
The guy at the docks tells me I need an exit visa.
Ask Ronaldo. He'll make the arrangements. That's what he's here for.
Have you heard of a guy called Karzak?
No. No, I never heard of him.
I hear there was an accident at the mine a few months ago.
That's correct.
A lot of men killed, weren't there?
A few.
30?
Barely 1% of the working population.
Still, that's quite some dudes.
Do you know anything about the forthcoming eclipse, General?
Such things do not interest me, senor.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Good. Talk to Ronaldo as well.
Hi, I'm George Stobart.
Hello, senor. How can I help you?
I'd like to visit your prisoner.
Condemned prisoners aren't allowed visitors.
Condemned?
To death. He is to be executed.
Whoa.
Knowing my luck, I will probably have to shoot him myself.
Amnesty International is going to hear about this. I thought Miguel was arrested for playing the wrong kind of music.
Si, senor, he was.
And that carries the death penalty?
No, no, no. You think we're crazy? While being questioned, he confessed to being an anti-government agent.
Well, that escalated.
Are there any ancient pyramids near Quaramonte?
Si, senor. But it's not very impressive. It's in ruins.
That's perfect. Would you be willing to give a guided tour of the ruins?
I can't. The General would have a fit if I left all this paperwork.
I'm trying to get out of Quaramonte.
If I had $1 for every time I heard that, I'd be able to buy back half my family.
Never mind them. What about my visa?
We don't take visa.
I didn't ask if you take a visa. I want you to give me a visa.
I can't help you, senor. I don't understand these things.
Damn. Okay.
So long.
Senor. Leave the child alone.
Okay. Police station talk to UBA. Okay.
That man we saw talking to the general was Ubier. Didn't you recognize him?
I never met him, remember? The guy I called in Paris claimed to be Ubier, but he sounded nothing like the man in the police station. Maybe the professor really is innocent.
Nah, it's too much of a coincidence that he's here in Quaramonte. You came on a little strong with the general.
I was merely flattering his ego, Georges. Every man has his Achilles heel.
Maybe, but that guy's weakness isn't in his foot.
Okay.
Did you notice that chart on the police station wall?
Yes, it looked like a map to me, but I couldn't make out the details.
Whatever it was, the general didn't want us to see it.
Well, it'll probably be it for today, to be honest. I'm getting quite tired with the heat and everything. From the market. Yes. 40% done? That can't be right. Is the game going to be that short? It'll be done in like 3 streams? Sounds wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong, but we'll see. That will do it for me today. In a moment, we'll be having our movie night with Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Kind of fitting with this game as well. Oh, excuse me. New schedule will be up on Sunday, and we'll be continuing more of the games we currently have. If you want, you can join the Discord. This is a fun place to hang out. You can also promote yourself, any kind of stuff that you do, and also keep in touch with the things I do. Without further ado, is this something we can create out? Well, we can rate time. Let's do that. Oh, no, that's right. Okay. Anybody else? Maybe? Not really seeing anything anybody else. So we'll probably keep it at that. Yeah, I'd like to thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all next time. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your weekend. And yeah, that's it. God, I'm getting so tired. So, bye bye.